Hi everyone, Shirtlight here. With deadlines and related matters afoot, I can't really overdo it with stuff at the moment, so I decided to do a slightly shorter piece, albeit a worthwhile one in its own right. Gundam Assault Survive roster overview it is, and this time around I'll be covering the Gundam Sentinel lineup, which is 8 units strong. With the Zeta Plus A2 finally hitting GBO2 in recent weeks, I thought this would be the best time to do such a thing. No need to beat around the bush too much, so let's get started right away. We're kicking this one off with the Zeta Plus line of suits, which in this case has 3 units here, all of which being B ranks. The Zeta Plus A1 is a ground-only unit, sporting its test colors, just like in a lot of its other game iterations. It's a bit like the standard Zeta, without some of the bells and whistles you'd expect from the former. You get your standard beam rifle primary, secondary Vulcans, the Wave Rider mode, and beam saber melee, but there's no HML or grenades to be seen here, only the hip-mounted beam cannons, which are fired while standing still. This one is the only Zeta Plus variant to have a functional shield. It is unlocked by clearing the 4th extra stage, all the while owning a Zeta Gundam. The price tag in the shop for the A1 is 808,000, and its super attack has both its rifle and its cannons run on max output, rapid firing both at its adversaries. Opting for a more long-ranged approach, the Zeta Plus C1 ditches the Zeta-esque beam rifle in favor of a beam smart gun with more power at the expense of ammo capacity. You do get a few more hip gun beam shots though, allowing you to pummel the enemy with beams by alternating between both. With how spammable the smart gun is in the Wave Rider mode, it's pretty much a necessity. The C1 also gets a beam bayonet at the end of its smart gun, which has a decent amount of range, on top of really neat melee animations. You can get this one for 840,000 in the store after you do its research plan. As you might expect, the super attack on this one is the def beam from the smart gun. Now, the Zeta Plus C1/2 is a fairly interesting variant of the C1, featuring the head of the Zeta Plus A2 with its high mega cannon, all the while retaining the rest of Zeta Plus C1's moveset. Just like the C1, it is obtainable via research. The super attack for this one uses the head-mounted high mega cannon for a def beam attack instead. It'll cost you 848,000 in the shop. Another B rank in the lineup is the S Gundam, piloted by Ryo Roots in the novel. It packs 3 primaries, a beam smart gun, a pair of beam cannons on its back, which it can shoot while moving, and a pair of fully automatic hip-mounted beam guns, which force you to stop as you fire. On top of that, the standard issue beam saber fills your melee slot, while your secondary is an NCOM, which operates like a slightly more static funnel or a SciComm you bit would. Despite not being able to transform, it is a hover suit, and its LS system is implemented here as a super attack/power-up. This one goes for 1,395,000 and can be unlocked by clearing the 4th or 5th extra stage and having bought the double Zeta Gundam. Of the 3 Xeku Eins variants, you get the Type 3 loadout Xeku Eins here, same as the loadout that the HGUC Gunpla kit has. You're getting some heavy firepower here. And as far as primaries go, you get a large belt-fed 120mm machine gun, which the game somehow lists as a giant Gatling, much to the chagrin of my gun autist self, a clay bazooka, and a set of 4 standard Sturmfausts which are fired alongside a larger club-type Sturmfaust. As for the secondary, you're getting a smoke discharger. Suffice to say though, this is a lot of data for a unit that's listed as a C rank and unlockable by clearing the 4th extra stage. As its super attack, it fires all of its guns at once, and the Xeku Eins itself comes at a price of 425,500. Going back to the Task Force Alpha, they also get a FAZZ. Not the anime one, the grey one without beam sabers. It's another heavy mobile suit, a B rank this time, though unlike its full armor double Zeta cousin, it can only fire regular beam cannon shots from its high mega cannon as opposed to a single uninterrupted beam of light. At the same time, the primaries, i.e. the double beam rifle, the beam cannon, and the missiles, are retained from the full armor double Zeta. I did already mention that it doesn't get a beam saber, leaving you with your robot knuckles for short-range target disposal. As expected, the super attack for this one is a def beam. This fellow can be yours for 960,000 after you clear the 32nd or the 5th extra stage, while owning the full armor double Zeta proper. The new designs have one more unit here, the ORX-013 Gundam Mk-V in its full glory. This one comes with everything it should come with. Beam rifle? Check. Beam cannons that double as giant fuck-off beam sabers? Of course. Missiles? Sure. Space yo-yos, incoms? Hell yeah. You also get to use these as a part of your super attack. The guns, I mean. It's an A rank. This one requires you to clear the 32nd stage while owning the Dovan Wolf. The price tag is 1,452,000. If you wanted more from the S Gundam, the XS Gundam should be up your alley. It's an S rank which packs an eye field to protect it against incoming beams. As an extra layer of defense, the reflector incomes to actively deflect beam shots outwards, making it a good secondary. Its primaries, melee, and special attack are mostly identical to the S Gundams, give or take some stat adjustments. This one does transform, and to get it, all you need to do is to get 15 sorties with the S Gundam, as well as clear the 33rd extra stage. This one hovers just like its predecessor. It comes at a price of 1,824,000. So that's all 8 of them. The whole Sentinel lineup in Gundam Assault Survive. Oh, and one more thing before I go. The research plan sheet for this part of the lineup is right here on the screen. Okay, that one. With that, I depart to catch up on more work. And until next time, this is the Shirt Lad, signing out.